how's it going? I am the Wizard 411, and I am here with the WWE Night of Champions preview. That's right, it's a preview to see, just give you guys my general thoughts on what I believe is going to happen during the course of this pay-per-view. Now, with that said, one of the things I want to first address before it even begins, I would like to address Nikki Bella as the current WWE Divas champ, which is kind of ridiculous. I think the Women's Championship is a lot better, right? That belt, I'm just not feeling it. But whatever, I digress. So basically, we don't even know if she's going to be Women's Champ by the time Night of Champions rolls around. Because as we well know, this Monday night on Raw, she is going to be competing against Charlotte for the WWE Divas title. Now, whether Charlotte going to win or not, that remains to be seen. In my humble opinion, there's this part of me that feels that Nikki is going to remain champion. The reason I'm saying that is because, as we well know, AJ Lee is no longer with the company. Now, since she is not with the company, I kind of believe it's their way of like sticking it to her and letting her know, hey, you left, so we're going to make somebody else break your record. Now, the purpose of having this match, I believe, before Night of Champions is because she would break the record otherwise if they wait for Night of Champions. So it kind of adds that, a little more drama to see whether or not she can defeat her or not. And it'll be really good because the audience will pop for it. Definitely, it's something they're going to be interested in. They're going to want to see if Charlotte's going to roll into Night of Champs as the champ or not. So outside of that, let's say Charlotte does win. If she does win, there's a part of me that feels that the WWE will just make her lose on Night of Champions regardless, just to keep Nikki Bella as the champ, because she is also like one of the faces of Total Divas, so she does bring in ratings. So my pick, I think Nikki is going to remain champion on Raw. That's just my pick. Now, whether or not they'll have another match for her at Night of Champions, that remains to be seen. I personally would like to see Becky Lynch as champ. I'm a big fan of Becky Lynch. I think she's awesome, and I think she deserves a lot more. So, moving on, next we have Dolph Ziggler versus Rusev. Now, what's going to happen in this match? This feud has been going on for far too long, and I think it's about time that it ends. Now, it could just be me. Maybe you guys want to keep seeing these two fight over and over again. Ziggler does kind of come off as the heel in this match, in my opinion, just because, he's going around with Rusev's ex, Lana, which they do, of course, date in real life, and I believe they bought a house recently. I'm not really sure. I'm not a big fan of WWE doing these type of storylines where they take real life couples and they kind of pit them against each other. I just kind of feel like, that's their way of breaking them up potentially. Not saying that they're doing it on purpose, but it just doesn't really serve any practical purpose. I don't really think it's going to help further their careers. If anything, I think it'll put a dent on their relationship. Seeing Ziggler constantly making out with Lana, it's just something that it has to bother Rusev. And then Lana smiles at him too, in the process, which I think is kind of funny. But as we well know, there has been some drama with that as of late because Summer Rae was caught in Ziggler's locker room and they had this big scandal going on. So there's a part of me that feels that Lana is going to go back to Rusev. Maybe she'll be on Ziggler's side during the match, but after, sometime during the middle of the match, she's going to betray Ziggler. And she's going to go back with Rusev. This will actually get a huge pop if that happens. And I think Rusev actually needs this win more than Ziggler. So I'm going to go with Rusev just because, to be quite honest, he should be pushed as this monster heel. You don't have many of those guys around. He's a young up-and-comer. Ziggler, he's got skin in the game. He'll survive the loss. He's a really popular wrestler, regardless of the fact he can come back from that. I think Rusev needs this victory a little more, in my humble opinion. So I'm going with Rusev. Moving on, we have the Wyatt family versus Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns. Now, they need a third partner. The obvious choice would be Randy Orton, right? Because Randy Orton did get attacked by them, and as we well know how this works, he gets attacked, he's going to want to get revenge. However, on SmackDown, Jimmy Uso, I believe, teamed up with Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, and he ended up getting attacked by the Wyatt family. So there's a part of me that feels that maybe he'll be their partner. Regardless of the fact, the way I think this match is going to go down, no matter who the partner is, I think Dean Ambrose is going to end up betraying Roman Reigns or vice versa. One of those two, they're going to turn on the other. Now, my money's on Roman Reigns. I don't know. It was just kind of weird how the way that happened on SmackDown during the little interview in their backstage segment where, Reigns kind of just looked at him like, family, you're my family, he just kind of had this look like whatever, dude. So one of them is going to betray the other. I'm giving this win to the Wyatts, honestly. They've been handing them their butts for the past couple of weeks, and normally we all know how this goes down. If the heels are the ones that are basically getting the upper hand during the pay-per-view, you would give this to the baby faces, right? Because this is when they get their revenge and they would close out the storyline. But I believe in the process, there's going to be a betrayal within Roman Reigns and Dean Ambrose, regardless of who their tag team partner is. And that, in my opinion, is going to be the reason why the Wyatts gained this victory. So my choice are the Wyatts. Moving on, we are going to have John Cena versus Seth Rollins for the United States Championship. This, to me, this is going to kind of be crazy because Seth Rollins is competing twice tonight. Now, there's this off chance that he might lose both belts, or he might retain both belts, or he might lose one and retain the other, depending on how they choose to book this. It looks like they're kind of potentially going to set up a feud with Triple H and Seth Rollins. So there's this small part of me that feels that he is going to lose to Cena. Cena is going to regain his belt back just to not have Rollins walking around with two titles. And in the process of Cena getting his belt back, there's going to be some dissension between Rollins and the Authority, which to me will help further the storyline with Triple H, setting them up for a future match. So, to me, this is going to go to Cena, just my opinion. Then we actually have Cena fighting Sting. Now, this is going to be an interesting one because this is going to be Sting's second match in the WWE, and in addition to that, it's going to be for the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I would love to see Sting get a run with this belt, even if it's only for like a month or so. Just give him the belt because that's the one title he's never had. And I think it would be kind of cool. You'll get that really feel-good moment. And again, if Sting wins, you'll also have that possibility that in the process of Rollins losing both belts, he definitely will have a bone to pick with Triple H because he's just going to have this huge chip on his shoulder and he's going to want to prove that he is better than Triple H. So Sting might win this, or the other way I can see it, if they don't want to give the belt to Sting, Sheamus is also an option because he does have the Money in the Bank. So with him having the Money in the Bank, it's a possibility that he can cash in on one of them. He can probably cash it in after the match. Maybe Sting retains, maybe he does. They can give it to Sting and then have him lose it to Sheamus. Sheamus can come in, bro kick Sting, and take the whole thing. Now, will that happen? Who knows? My humble opinion, regardless of whether Sheamus interferes or not, I don't believe Rollins is walking out with any belt. No, it's not going to happen. And the reason I don't believe he's going to walk out with any belt, again, is because, like I said before, you have to set up this feud with him and Triple H, which is obviously going to happen after Night of Champions. Because one way or another, whether he loses one belt or both or none, he's going to have resentment towards Triple H for putting him in this position in the first place. So regardless of what happens on that night, we're definitely seeing a feud with those two. So my choice for this is Sting or Sheamus. Right? And honestly, I think that's it. Is there a tag team match? I'm not really sure. I think the Dudleys are going to defend against who? Oh, yeah, that's right. That's right. So Monday Night Raw, I believe it's going to be the New Day versus the Primetime Players. And depending on who wins, get to fight the Dudleys at Night of Champions. Now, this is obvious to me. I really believe they're going to give it to the Dudleys. Dudleys, just to get that feel-good moment of them coming back and once again getting the tag team championships. Some iced coffee is really good. So, they might give it to the Dudleys, or they could use this opportunity to solidify either the New Day or the Primetime Players. With the momentum New Day has had as of late and just their popularity escalating, I really think if the Dudleys do stare at the lights, it's going to be to New Day. It's not going to be to the primetime players. I like the primetime players, but there's this part of me that feels that the WWE just doesn't want to go in that direction with them. I think they're a lot more focused on the New Day, and they, they can get that rub from the Dudleys. So let's see if that happens or not. Either way, this has been my review for not review really. It's prediction show for WWE Night of Champions, which is going to be available on the WWE Network. If you don't have the WWE Network, you can sign up for the first month for free. I don't work for the WWE, nor have I ever, and I'm not advertising, not to be the advertiser, but I think it's a pretty good deal, $10, or just get your first free month and, watch the pay-per-view. Why not? Or, get together with some friends and watch it. That's usually what I do. Me and my friends get together and we watch it together on my account because I'm a subscriber of the network. And I think it's worth the $10 to not have to deal with paying $60 a month. But yeah, so this has actually been my first video back in a while since I used to do my TNA review. So I'm going to try to make an attempt more in the future. I have a lot of things going on, but I do want to find time for the people that have been requesting for me to do these videos again. So with that said, I am your host, The Wizard 411. My Twitter is @TheWizard411. You can also Facebook me or Instagram. It's all TheWizard411. So hit me up, see what's going on. If you guys have any questions or any video requests that you'd like me to do, it doesn't have to just be about wrestling. It can be about anything. I like anime, I like wrestling, I like sports, I like video games. I love video games. Whatever the case may be, just hit me up and let me know what you'd like to see. So with that said and done, I hope you all enjoy the show. And what are your predictions? I'd like to know. So feel free to leave a comment, like, share this video. I am the Wizard 411. You guys are awesome. And don't ever, ever let anyone tell you different.